Most men walk through life blind to the truth, thinking that women are complicated, unpredictable, or uninterested. But the truth is, women are not complicated. They are responsive, they are intuitive, and they are emotional beings who are deeply in tune with their environment and with you. Whether you realize it or not, what you need to understand is this: when a woman becomes wet, and I'm not just talking physical, I'm talking mentally, emotionally, spiritually, it doesn't start between her legs, it starts between her ears. A woman's arousal begins in her soul. It starts when you penetrate her world without touching her body. Today, I'm going to show you the 7 subtle yet powerful things women do when they're deeply aroused by a man's presence. Not just sexually, but emotionally, spiritually, psychologically. Because that's where the real power is. If you learn to notice these, you stop chasing. You start attracting, you stop guessing, you start knowing. This isn't about manipulation. This is about awakening. This is about stepping into a deeper level of masculine awareness, where you don't need to ask, she, in me, you'll know. Let's begin. 1. She mirrors your energy without realizing it. You'll notice this when you're talking, moving. Even when you're silent, she begins to unconsciously match your rhythm. She'll sip her drink when you do. She'll nod when you nod. She'll lean in if you lean in. Why? Because when a woman feels deeply attuned and attracted, her nervous system begins sensing with yours. This is ancient, this is biological, but it only happens when you're present. When you're grounded, relaxed, and emotionally anchored, a woman begins to feel safe. And when she feels safe, she lets go. That's the secret. Women don't get wet when you try to impress them. They get wet when they feel seen, when they feel safe, and when their feminine energy can finally exhale in the presence of true masculine poise. So watch for mirroring. It's not conscious. It's not fake. It's a primal sign she's opening. 2. She touches herself gently while talking to you, not in a sexual way. At least, not obviously. But her fingers will touch her neck, lips, or collarbone. She'll play with her hair. She'll trace her fingertips around her cup or bite her lips softly. These are not random. These are biological signals of femininity in bloom. When a woman feels turned on, not just sexually, but emotionally, she starts reconnecting with her body. Her sensuality is awakened, and it leaks out in these little gestures. Her voice may soften, her pupils dilate. She doesn't even realize she's doing it. But you need to. Most men get distracted when this happens. They think she's hot, or she's flirting. But the awakened man notices, feels the shift, and holds the moment with calm, grounded presence. He doesn't rush. He doesn't joke it off. He holds it, and she falls deeper. 3. She starts teasing you playfully. This is a big one. When a woman feels safe and deeply intrigued, her inner girl comes alive. She becomes playful, teasing, a little mischievous. She challenges your ideas, not to argue, but to feel you. She wants to feel how strong your frame is. She'll mock you just a bit. Not with venom, but with spark. She might say things like, "Oh, really? You think you're that confident?" I don't know if I believe that. Is that your way of flirting? This isn't rejection. It's a test. A test of your energy. A test of your masculinity. A test of how you hold yourself when she plays on the edge. The weak man takes it personally and tries to prove himself. The strong man smiles and lets her dance around the fire. That's what turns her on. 4. Her breathing changes when she's around you. When a woman is turned on emotionally or physically, her breathing becomes lighter, shallower, and sometimes even a bit shaky. You'll notice her chest rising a little more. Her voice may pause. Her words might stumble. Not because she's nervous, but because her body is responding to yours. This is not something she chooses. It happens. It's a deep, instinctual response when her feminine energy is drawn into your masculine gravity. This is why eye contact is powerful. Hold eye contact with calm, grounded presence. Not like a predator, but like a man who sees, who doesn't flinch, who is not seeking approval. That stillness makes her breath catch. That steadiness creates polarity. And polarity is what makes her wet, emotionally, spiritually, physically. 5. She finds excuses to stay longer or be closer. This is subtle but powerful. When a woman is deeply intrigued, she doesn't want the moment to end. Even if she has somewhere to be, she lingers. She finds reasons to ask one more question. She leans in closer when she doesn't have to. She offers her hand, asks for your opinion, brushes against your shoulder. All tiny, unconscious gestures that mean everything. She wants proximity, not just physical, but energetic. If you're grounded and relaxed, she will feel that and lean in. If you're distracted, rushed, or needy, she'll retreat. Women open response to space, not pressure. When she feels like she can get lost in your world without being judged or controlled, she goes deeper. And her body follows. So don't just look at what she says. Watch how she behaves when it's time to say goodbye. That's when the truth shows. 6. She starts to share deep or vulnerable truths. This is not just about attraction. This is about trust. When a woman starts opening up about her childhood, her dreams, her heartbreaks, her fears, she is wet. Not necessarily in the sexual sense, but in the deeper feminine way. She is emotionally flowing. Her walls are coming down. She feels held. Most men mess this up. They interrupt. They give advice. They try to fix. Don't. Just listen. Witness her. Let her express. And make her feel like nothing she says could shake your presence. If she says, I don't know why I'm telling you this, understand that is the moment. That is the opening. That is when she's emotionally surrendering. And yes, when a woman's physical arousal often begins in her mind, not her body. That's the first truth most men overlook. They think arousal is about looks or clever lines or physical touch. But that's surface level thinking. What truly awakens a woman runs much deeper. It begins with emotional stimulation. Can she feel your energy when you walk in the room? Can you make her feel something within herself she can't quite explain? That spark, that feeling of, who is this man? That's the trigger. It continues with safety. Not just physical safety, but emotional safety. Can she express herself without judgment? Can she be silly, serious, messy, mysterious, without fear that you'll flinch or fold? The more safe a woman feels in your presence, the more her guard drops. And when her guard drops, her femininity flows, her desire awakens. And then there's psychological intrigue. This is where true attraction begins. It's not about impressing her, it's about engaging her curiosity. Are you the kind of man whose mind she wants to explore? The kind who can challenge her beliefs with grace, who has emotional depth, who listens differently. When she's mentally turned on, her body follows. Always. Because for women, the mind and body are not separate. You touch her emotionally. She responds physically. You lead with depth. She opens with desire. You stimulate her psychologically. She becomes aroused spiritually. That's why shallow compliments don't work. That's why flexing your lifestyle or trying to impress her often backfires. It's not about doing more. It's about being more. More present, more grounded, more real. So remember this, her arousal doesn't begin when you touch her skin. It begins when you touch her soul. That's the gateway. That's the secret. That's where her real hunger lies. The wetness we're talking about here. It's not just about sexual readiness. It goes far beyond that. It's a symbol, a powerful one, a reflection of something much deeper happening inside her. That wetness is the physical echo of a spiritual and emotional state, a sign that she is letting go, opening up, and allowing herself to be fully present with you. It represents emotional surrender, vulnerability, and a raw, magnetic attraction that's not just skin deep. When a woman is truly engaged, mentally, emotionally, energetically, her body begins to express it without words. Her mind may still be calm, her words may still be composed, but her body knows, her body responds. That's not something you can fake or force. It only happens when she feels safe enough to release her tension, when she feels inspired enough to drop her guard, when she senses that you're not trying to take something from her, but rather you are offering her a space to feel more of herself. That's what this wetness is. It's her feminine energy in motion. It's her soul whispering, trust this. I feel this. I want to go deeper into this. It is the feminine flow awakening in the presence of true, grounded, unapologetic masculinity. This is why some men can touch a woman all night and she feels nothing. And another man can simply look at her, say nothing, and her body comes alive. Because it's not just about the act. It's about the energetic connection, the emotional current, the silent depth between two people that makes her feel seen, not sized up, held, not handled. So when I say wet, I want you to hear more than a physical reaction. I want you to hear readiness. I want you to hear trust. I want you to hear emotional intimacy without words. Because that kind of response isn't casual. It doesn't happen with just anyone. And if it's happening with you, don't take it lightly. It means you've touched something sacred, something real, something only few men ever reach her true feminine essence. Fully awakened in your presence. By learning to read the subtle signs of feminine openness, the little things most men miss, you step into a whole new level of awareness as a man. It's not always in what she says, it's in what she doesn't say. It's in the way her eyes linger just a little too long, the way she plays with her necklace or hair when you're speaking, the way she shifts her body ever so slightly toward you or finds small reasons to stay in your presence. It's in the softness in her tone, the spark in her teasing, the way her breathing changes when the moment deepens. These are not coincidences, they are cues. They are invitations. They are doors to emotional and physical intimacy. But they don't swing open for just anyone. And here's the key, most men are too busy chasing attention to notice them. But you, when you're grounded in your masculine core, you begin to see. You become aware. You notice not just how she looks, but how she feels. And that's when your entire approach to women transforms. You stop trying to impress. You start creating space. You stop chasing approval. You start holding presence. You stop reacting to surface signals. You start leading from intuition. This is intuitive masculine leadership. Not domination, not control, but a powerful calm that reads the energy in the room and responds from depth, not desperation. And here's the truth, when you learn to tune into a woman's emotional cues and unspoken signals, you create a level of connection that most men will never experience. Because she feels understood without having to explain herself. She feels seen in her raw femininity. And when a woman feels that, she naturally opens. Emotionally, physically, spiritually. That's the difference between chasing superficial validation and attracting real, lasting intimacy. Because when you learn to feel her openness and respond from presence, not performance, you stop being just another guy and become the man her body, mind, and heart instinctively trust. That's the man she remembers. That's the man she wants more of. And that's the man you are becoming.